right. So I don't have to introduce my next guest. I can just say one line and you'll perhaps know who I'm talking about. She famously said this on air once that she doesn't like negativity because it's bad for her skin. Now, this statement is so scientifically true, but who says that? Well, let me introduce you to the person who actually said it. Shalini Pasi is here with us. Hello and welcome.
Thank you, Sonal, for having me. And I think you probably live by the same philosophy because you have lovely skin.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could say there is no negativity in my life, but a lot of it is makeup. But today's podcast, Shalini, is trying to understand you a little bit more. You have famously now written a book. It talks about your fabulous life. You live up to every word of it. I can already tell by your house, by who you are, by whatever little we know of you as well. But today's podcast, I want to peel a little bit of what Shalini Pasi is on the outside to see a little bit on what's in the inside.
Yeah.
Also, everybody wants to know what is it that you eat? What is it that you do to your skin? What is it that you're doing in your daily life to stay truly well inside out? So this podcast is for everybody who wants to know all those details. But am I right? Can I start with this? That all of this takes a lot of work that perhaps people don't see and understand?
So I think everything, taking care of your basic hygiene, taking care of your health it's if you think it's work, then it's not worth it. You have to say like you have to brush your teeth every day, you have to exercise every day. So I think it's a routine, and I'm very regimented and I have a routine and I like that. I've always been like that because otherwise I can really go into phases where it's very relaxed for me. So I like that. And also we do have that much time, all of us, we think that we are very busy to take care of ourselves, but actually we are not. It just takes about 5 to 10 minutes of self-care in a day. I mean, that's the same time we would be probably scrolling on Instagram or watching television. So honestly, we do all have the time, and of course intention is important.
5 to 10 minutes in a day. That
Skincare,
means
yeah. And
that
of
means
course exercise.
you're not doing that 15-step Korean skin
No.
routine
In
to
fact,
ensure.
Korean skin routine, when I looked it up, I used to do that when I was in my 20s because it's a lot of exfoliating, and I don't exfoliate anymore because with age, the cells don't regenerate so fast. Korean skin is basically a lot of exfoliation, and I think it's not really required because it just makes the skin oversensitive over the years. You need the you know so
You need much more than that at different stages of
yeah,
life
of
as well,
course.
right?
Everything that's you everything that you were doing at the age of 20 and then 30, you cannot do the same thing as you grow older. So you have to change with that, and you have to also be very sensitive to how your skin is feeling or how you're feeling, because whatever you eat eventually comes onto your skin. It's the last organ that it will reflect, because you wouldn't be feeling sluggish if you're breaking into a rash or something. You're already not feeling good inside. Your kidneys or your liver is not able to process the food you're eating. So it's got nothing to do with having great skin. Great skin is just a byproduct of all the healthy lifestyle. So it's the last, good or bad, is the last place it'll reflect.
To the fore, right? Like
Yes.
that's what it is.
Yes.
But help me understand this. Like I said in the opening, people can laugh, people can mock about that statement that you made, that it's bad for my skin. But scientifically, it's actually bang on.
Yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
But help me understand that correlation.
So, early on, I realized that, if I hurt somebody or if I, try to be over smart, and when I was much younger, if I did not give them certain information, which was very easily I could have shared with them, or even if I didn't help them out because of something, it sort of, there was a pinch in my heart, and I could not sleep with that. And I would be like, because when you lie to somebody or you try to, and then you are making excuses, you try to rationalize it to yourself, and then you keep waiting that, oh, if I meet him, and if they approach me and I'm going to say this, do you not do that? So that thought goes in your, and what is the best thing to do? Just say, okay, this is what you asked for, and this is the information, and and just get it out of your system. So for me, sleep is very important. I want to be able to sleep peacefully at night, knowing that my conscience is clear, I haven't done anything wrong. So
Yeah, I think it's so right what you said about sleep because there was a time, maybe when I was also growing up back in the 90s, where people said the essentials in life were having a good doctor, having
Yeah.
good education, having all of that. I think that definition has now changed a little bit.
Absolutely.
People
They
want
would say
to,
you should have a lawyer as your best friend, a doctor, and there was another, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So they said you should have, but I think honestly, like sleep is today the biggest luxury.
Hmm.
And you can cover up the dark circles with makeup, but you know how much makeup, and then it goes on and on.
Hmm.
And your cells don't repair if you don't sleep well.
Yeah, yeah. So sleep is an absolute must for Shalini Pasi. What
Yeah.
else is an absolute must in life?
I think sleep is must, water, good water,
Hmm.
and exercise, movement. Movement is very important for me.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
dance is very important for me. Movement not just of the body but also of the mind, you know.
Hmm.
Because I also get bored with things very fast. So I need things which keep me challenged. You know, if suppose I was learning cooking and I learned many cuisines and I mastered the art of baking, and then 15 years ago it was no longer interesting to me,
Hmm.
you know. And then so I have these phases where I go into something which is very new,
Hmm.
and then because that is a challenge, you know. I
Hmm.
don't know anything about this field. There's so much to learn. The options are limitless, so that excites me. I think movement is something which has been very important. Learning is very important to me.
What is the latest thing that you've gotten into now?
Cinema is very exciting to me because I know very little about it. Cinema meaning the camera, the love for the camera is like you just said something to the team, and there was this word you said something, and I'm going to Google it and I'm going to see what that means.
Yeah.
And you know the way you clapped, so all that it's very new to me. So it's exciting for me, you know.
What are you saying? Is Shalini Pasi is going to be more on camera? Are you starting your own podcast maybe?
No, you know, the thing is that I like to talk about myself. And if I start a podcast, what would I do? I would call people and talk about myself. So that was, I was offered few podcasts. I said, well, you know, I only like talking about myself. I'm not interested in honestly anybody's life. And if I am, then I would do off camera and
Okay,
read it.
let's talk about you. Let's talk about you.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what I
start
like.
With, yeah, okay.
That's what I
Let's
like.
start with everything that Shalini Pasi eats first. I'm very interested. I'm going through my own journey right now.
Yeah.
But I'm conscious about what my body goes through, what I put into my system as well.
Yeah.
So start with telling me what is it that you're anal about when it gets to food.
So I need to know what's in. Like if I eat out also, I don't eat out at all. I'm very particular now from the last 15 years what is actually going into my food. Like what spice, what oil, you know, and I seldom eat out, and I eat out at places where I tell them, you know, don't put this, don't put that. That I'm very particular about. I've been on a raw food diet for about 10 years, and I would have raw vegetables till about 6 p.m. because according to you know, after 6 p.m. you should not have raw. Last year when, you know, after the series came out, I was working a lot. And of course, my sleep cycle was disrupted because I was working a lot, traveling a lot, also working on the book I started. So I was not able to digest. I mean, that's how important sleep is, and that's how important, you know. So I had visited this clinic in outside Germany, in outside Munich, Landshof, and they sort of got me off the raw food for a while. And now I'm not consuming any raw food, but I'm going to go back to it. I think I love consuming raw vegetables and raw juices because they're very medicinal, you know. So if I'm not well, if I have a cough cold so I just heal myself with the turmeric, ginger juice, very strong dose, very big high dosages, and I'm
But
able to
hold on,
recover.
I've seen people go on these diets, like a detox of sorts or a cleanse of sorts.
I have
when they
never
go
been on a detox because wellness is not, you don't go to a spa or you don't do it for 2 days, and it's a lifestyle. You have to eat those vegetables or a mix of them every day. Like I drink oil in the morning, not oil, but ghee. And there was one point is like, you know, I don't have ghee. I start because I love the taste of olive oil as well. So I started drinking olive oil, but that made me
What do
put
you
on
mean
weight.
drinking
So I
olive
have
oil?
shots of ghee in the morning. The first thing I have is like a glass of ghee. clarified
A
butter.
glass or a glass?
Glass.
Okay,
itna.
okay. A short
Which
glass.
is like
Huh.
not short glass, it's a glass.
Hmm.
It's a big glass, but like this much ghee.
Hmm.
So I drink that in the morning.
Hmm.
And first thing in the morning, lots of water.
Hmm.
Lots and lots of water. It's different sometimes with Epsom salt, sometimes with ajwain, different spices, depends on, how I'm feeling. Lots of water. Then after that, I have ghee and nuts, which are, whatever nuts that I want to have. Like, then I have goat yogurt, a big bowl of goat yogurt, and porridge
Hmm. Yeah.
separately. Yeah. So
And then you go on to have a raw food diet, which is why I
then
was trying
now
to
I'm not
understand.
having the raw food diet for some time.
Hmm.
Then lunch I like to have my mooli. I love mooli, and Delhi moolis I love.
Hmm.
So I have onions, and I'm having mooli right now. I don't know what repercussion is going to have, but and then after that I have palak. I have sarson ka saag right now
Hmm.
because it's in season.
Hmm.
And then I have 1.5 bowl of dal,
Hmm.
and then I have a roti, which is ragi jwar bajra roti.
Hmm.
And then after that, then before working out, I have a fruit. I have amrood or something like that. I love seasonal fruits, so I have pink amrood.
Hmm.
I have that. Then sometimes I have quinoa with it.
Hmm.
Then after I work out, then I have dinner by 6 o'clock. So I have a few soups and stir fry vegetables and one meat. If I'm not going to the temple, then one non-vegetarian, either fish, chicken, mutton.
So largely no carb.
Just one
But-
roti, yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
one roti.
Yeah.
That is just to sort of complement your dal, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a full
Yeah,
protein.
and I'm still protein deficient apparently.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was just going to say.
And I do
largely no carb
also
and very low protein.
no, the protein I'm having a lot of chicken in the evening. In the day, I cannot eat meat.
Hmm.
And eggs I'm not allowed anymore. And then I also have lot of few these powders that come in, with the mix of something all that.
ये something की तो जानना है हमें क्या है ये? आप collagen पी रही हैं, peptides लगा रही हैं,
So
क्या
yeah,
कर
yeah,
रहे हैं?
collagen, yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Collagen, I take collagen, and I also take. There's this mix which has some vegan protein mix which I take.
Okay,
Yeah.
this for your protein intake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to increase it basically.
But tell me, who's managing all this for you? As a working woman, I can say it's very difficult to keep a check on everything that you're eating. Is there like a battery of people who ensure that
So
Shalini
I
eats
love to
particular
experiment.
kind of foods at particular times?
So I love to experiment on myself and sometimes on others also if they're willing. But they have to give me proper feedback. So all the diet has come with a lot of experimentation and to see how it's feeling. And I'm very particular about where the wheat or the grain is sourced from or the particular dal. So I made systems where and then I have the same thing every day because for me when I'm working and I don't want to food is a food is just it's for sustenance. It's not for pleasure for me. It's like it's there if the dal is getting cold and I'll still have it. My food I don't take white salt. I take black salt. I take like Himalayan salt. Don't take white salt anymore. So food for me is for sustenance. And there's a schedule and I eat according to that. And when I travel, then again there's a way of packing things. So it's all been done properly and it's very easy for us to follow.
But hang on, Shalini is known for being a socialite, for being like having these exhibits, being around art. That involves a lot of late nights.
So there's a
What do you
lot
do
of
then?
difference. So Shalini is a socialite, which is actually amazing because this whole impression that has been created that I'm a socialite. So what is a socialite goes out a lot, which is great, and who entertains a lot, and which is great because now everybody's having only sponsored parties and people are paid to go to parties. They're paid guests, and so I'm honored to be a socialite. First of all, second, I actually don't go out, which is if you look back, I have not been to a private party. I have not. I mean, you need to go back to my Instagram and see. So the impression that you have, that exactly. So what am I doing? I'm going for talks where I'm speaking. I'm going for award functions. I'm I mean, even if I go for an exhibition, I don't go at the time of the opening. I go view the art and I come back. Even for the art fair, either I go before or later when there's no one there. So for me, I feel, oh, this illusion that is there is wonderful. Second, coming to yeah, we are participating in the in the India Art Fair this year. We have a space there. We have guests coming from all over the world. There are many, and also it's very exciting to me because my commitment to art has been something which has enriched my life. So
Yeah, but
also
are
for
you
our
a
late
loner
nights,
then? Am I to understand that?
loner,
Yeah,
yeah,
that you don't like to
definitely.
go out. You want a homebody.
No, I when I'm out,
Hmm.
I I enjoy myself,
Hmm.
and if also it's like if I'm out, then like I want to have fun. I love dancing.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not a homebody like that, but I'm very like product. I'm like, okay, I want to do like two things in one. If I'm taking a flight to Bombay or anywhere, I want to do like three things. If I'm going to Cal for the literature meet or the literature festival, I will go to three temples, or I'll go to two temples and a museum and do the fest. So for me, it's like, how do I make my time most productive? So if I'm taking a flight to Bombay, I'll go and catch an exhibition, or I'll go to a designer friend's home and ask him to invite few other like-minded people, or do stuff like that, or go and meet my aunt. And so for me, I think I think when you're growing up in the 90s, that whole thing of multitasking is sort of, and now people are saying you have to be mindful. I don't think
Be present.
be present. So for me, that growing up in 90s and being able to multitask is something that stayed with me. I could be a loner, and I always say I'm a one-man army. And yeah.
Yeah. But there must be.
And I like big
Which
parties
is-
because you don't have to make you don't have to make intimate conversations. So and we are all like nobody is like 100% this or 100% that, right?
So you like big parties so you can get lost in them.
I like big parties so I can get dressed, do the red carpet, and then you don't really
Yeah, actually,
beyond
you're not the
hi
one to get
hello.
lost. You want that spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? I'm a Leo, and I think Leo likes spotlight. We're always a star of our own show. So I've always believed, like since I was a kid, like you have to do your own thing, whether it's big or small, because and as much as I mean, even earlier on, if there was a team project, I would end up doing everything because either the people would be too slow or not being able to handle it, and that's how it is.
That is true. I can vouch for it because before we started the podcast, Shalini very nicely went and put all her books. Even though I was not very happy with it, she said, no, this is how it will be. And though
Yeah.
she has a lot of people to do the
But
work.
we were not
she
there before
ensured-
that.
But she ensured that it happens a particular way. So she's
Yeah.
pretty hands on. But okay, so I have understood a little bit about your eating habits. I've understood a little bit about who you are.
See, I want
personally.
to be, I don't want to take medicines. So I
Huh.
heal through food. And
Ah.
as and when, suppose if the weather is, then I'll have haldi with something, or I'll have, even it was very cold and there was a lot of, the pollution levels are very high, then I was taking stuff for congestion for the chest, which are just spices. So through the year, I add these things on.
But somebody's guiding you through this, right? Like,
No,
I'm
so
sure
my
there's a
grandmother,
philosophy or
yeah, exactly. So my grandmother had a book on, Ghar Ke Nuske. And so I took that book when she passed away, and we used to make banakshas at home, and I would never take tea, coffee. She was very particular about diet and everything. She was sick, so she there was a lot of like milk was like the thing, and then so everybody said you have to go off dairy. I said I cannot go off dairy. I'm a Punjabi girl. And I did go off dairy for like some time, and it was like everybody said you have to go off dairy. It's not good. You're not a cow. Supposed to, you're not a calf that you have to have milk. And it's like I'm Punjabi. I cannot do without dairy. I'll die.
yeah.
And psychologically, I got off dairy for a week, and I was like, my bones are paining. My bones are getting something. So for me, and then when I had a little, I had a little spine thing in 2001, not little, but whatever. And then over the years, I don't take any medicines. I've not taken antibiotic in like maybe 3 decades. And even
That
even
is so odd
was a
because
pandemic.
given your age, I don't know if you saw Twinkle Khanna's post. She's written an entire post on women in their perimenopausal stage and the entire regime that she has, the medicines, the supplements that she's taking, and she says it's absolutely
I do take
essential.
supplements. I do take supplements, which
Hmm.
is like I take spirulina because it's very difficult. I do also drink moringa and all that. That
Hmm.
a lot of all that I've not mentioned because it's
Hmm.
moringa. Spirulina becomes very difficult to consume
Hmm. Yeah.
like that, you know.
Yeah.
But I do take moringa. I do take supplements. I do have to take vitamin D. I'm thalassemic, so I can't take iron. So I take, so I have to eat.
Same. Yeah.
So you're thalassemic, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do take supplements.
Hmm.
It's not that I don't take supplements and which I rotate, but I don't take a painkiller.
Hmm.
I'll never take a painkiller. I don't take anything for like 103 fever. I would not take anything for a stomach. I would not yeah.
103 fever, you won't take a paracetamol.
No, I will do the home remedy for it,
Which is what?
which is taking methi ke dane ka pani
Hmm.
and very strong.
Hmm.
And if you have that, your fever breaks. So the medicine will only make it stay in your body for longer.
Hmm.
But this will actually, so it's like almost you break into a sweat
Hmm.
and you're okay within like a day.
Because
Because
the
it's
heat of methi?
it will push it out of your system. Whereas the medicines actually suppress it and your digestive system is affected by the end. So
Okay, like I said, there's so much to decode when it comes to you, but I want to move to the other stuff. We spoke about wellness a little bit, and I want to sweat on that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people talk about how, and this podcast, by the way, we call it Money Can't Buy. Because you are one of
money
those people.
can't buy.
Money can't buy health, money
Sleep.
can't buy happiness, money can't buy wealth.
Happiness is a state of mind, you know that.
Yeah, yeah. But even so, all those things that you think go beyond money is perhaps what MCB is for, which is why I want to ask you that when it comes to beauty
Respect.
and wellness,
Hmm.
how much do you think is something which is driven by discipline, and how much of it is governed by good products?
Okay. So the most important thing is that good genes. You
Hmm.
have to have, I mean, what is considered good genes is also like questionable. Like
Hmm.
we all can debate on that. But certain kind of genes, if you are tall, if you are a certain height, then, even when you're older, certain clothes will still fall better on you.
Hmm.
Right? That with the certain things we cannot change. So
Hmm.
genetics is very important.
Hmm.
And then after that, how you take care of yourself, lifestyle.
Hmm.
And lifestyle is not people like, I'm doing this, I'm following your diet, but I'm not seeing it. I said, it's like it takes years for it to actually manifest. And because for your system to be clean out of whatever if you're drinking, smoking, or if you are, consuming caffeine also, that all comes onto you. If you're coloring your hair, simple things, you're coloring your hair. And I actually don't color my hair. This is the natural color of my hair.
Oh
I've
my.
colored it like twice in my life and I've regretted it.
Hmm.
And
So no henna, no indigo
no, so
powder,
I
nothing.
use henna just to
Hmm.
touch up one or two that I have.
Ah.
That also I have not done now. But
Can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 50.
You're fabulous in 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been the title of the book, Shalini.
Really?
Fab in 50.
Yeah.
No, but a 50-year-old like you who doesn't look a patch of what we conventionally thought was 50, it must take work,
So
is what I'm
it's
saying.
work. Yes. The thing is, you have to. When I got married, I was 20.
Hmm.
And they say that and I said, my childhood and my youth and this feeling I still feel that I'm a child.
Hmm.
Like I go with that much energy, that much intention. And I do a lot of manifestation. Of course, skincare, I'm really obsessed with skincare. But, and you can tell the difference, but it's only like a coat, right? Unless the beneath is not good, it's not going to help.
Hmm. So, in your skincare routine, which everybody obsesses over, you just mentioned that people ask me that I'm doing your diet. You're prescribing diets and skincare routines to people now?
All the time, all the time. In fact, when I started the foundation, MASH, I got so many people messaging and DMs. We're so happy we now know the secrets of your skin and your diet. I said it's an art foundation. It's not. So, but why you making an art foundation? You should talk about skincare and you should
Hmm.
talk about health care, like health and all the beauty tips. I said, listen, I'm not a certified doctor. As I've given you the number of so many practitioners and who I consult, and it's there everybody from a nutritionist to an Ayurvedic doctor and to a healer. Like and you have to take a bit of from everybody and see what works for you. Like I meditate. And then I follow Ayurveda. So there's so many things that, and of course, all my reports are checked by a GP.
Yeah. But
I also do a lot of manifestations. There's an incident. My thyroid levels were a little disturbed, and I was showing my reports to this particular doctor for a while, and he kept telling me to take medicine now. It's high time. And I said, no, doc, I don't want to take it. My mom had the similar issue, and it's for life, right? So I went to Tirupati Balaji, and I just opened my mouth and I kept inhaling through the mouth like that, through the thing. And I kept saying, please heal me and all. And then anyway, I came back, and the next we sent him a blood test, just like that, like a regular checkup that everything's okay and all. He's like, you've been consulting me for so long. I can't do this anymore because you've been consulting with me and went to another doctor and took medication. I said, took doctor medication for what? She said, for your thyroid. Your levels are normal. I was like, doc, I didn't take, I have not gone.
you're kidding.
I'm not
right?
kidding. I'm not. Why would I? He said, I'm so surprised that, I've been telling you now you went to somebody else and took the medication. I said, doctor, I haven't. So
are
this
you
is a
telling me
power
going
of
to-
belief. No, it's yes, and also power of belief. What you believe in. What you believe in. It's mind over matter. It's like the universe is
Okay, I have to-
unlimited, but
since this
it
is a
is
health
our
podcast,
conditioning.
Since this is a health channel, let me say
You
that
should
I have
actually, everybody should read the book. If they have
Yeah.
health issues, trust
Yeah.
me, you should read the book. There are incidences which you should read the book.
No, I have read excerpts of it, and which is why I'm saying that because this is a health channel, I have to say a lot of people who have very serious diseases like cancer, otherwise, etc., would look at this and get rather offended, no, Shalini? That here I am fighting for my life, and somebody's saying just manifest it, it'll go away. It doesn't happen like that. Not for everybody, maybe, and not for every disease as well. Don't you agree?
So there's nothing like a blanket thing. There are people who have recovered from what you say, and there are people who haven't, which is very sad. But there are cases which people have had ultimate faith, and the doctors said that, prayers. And we all know that. We know those stories. Have you not read? Have you read?
Yeah, but they are there, but
Then-
they're miracle stories. It doesn't mean it negates medicine altogether.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've exactly told everybody, and that, my stories are my own journey. I believe I'm a believer. And I meet people many times who are and who aren't. And there are people who have called me and said that, you believe this, but this happened to me and I'm very upset. And some of my closest friends have not been able to benefit, but some have. There are stories and stories, and we can go on and have a part 2, 3, 4 of your podcast. But the thing is that people have to themselves. I've seen miracles in my life.
Tell me one that stayed with
I
you,
just
that
told you.
turned you into a believer.
That turned me. I had it's in the book actually, the incident. I had a spine thing, and the doctor told me not to dance, do yoga, or wear high heels. And I was 21. And we were at the doctor with my mom and my husband, and I got up from there, and he said, you have to take this injection in your spine for the pain, right? So I just got up, and my mom thought I'd gone to the washroom to cry. So I sat in my car, I left them at the doctor's clinic, and I went for my dance class. I called up my dance teacher and said, okay, come on, let's do the class. He said, like, didn't you have something today? I was like, no, I'm coming. I've danced. I've done yoga. and I worn high heels with a vengeance.
Hmm. And it got fine.
With that, it was a whole journey. It's a whole journey. It's not. I had to strengthen my muscles around. I mean, it's a whole process, right? It's like when you make a garment, you see the garment, you don't design a sinna, then I did the stitching, then I did a sample, then it's a whole process. It's a belief. I said, at 21, I am not going to have this life. And and then
Okay. Okay. Let me move back to what I was saying about your regime. Could you tell us about this one, perhaps, secret that nobody knows about? You haven't spoken about it at all, that you just can't live without. A beauty secret that you simply can't live without.
oil. I love oil.
Hmm.
I have an oil obsession. I love oiling my hair.
Hmm.
And in fact, when sometimes you see the hair is very sleek and gel, it's really oil. And my closest friends and my family knows that. But everyone say, oh my God, you gelled your hair, it's looking so good. My friend is like, she's not gelled her hair. This is oil.
Okay. One overrated, perhaps, beauty hack that you think everybody obsesses over, but it's just not worth it.
Overrated beauty hack. Microblading your eyebrows. I think looks terrible. It looks terrible. Microblading.
Yeah.
It looks really bad.
Yeah.
And I think fillers, because everybody looks the same now. I can't tell when I open, especially in Middle East and even now in India, everybody looks the same. It's the same. They have the same jawline, the same nose, the cheek fillers. It's just weird.
You've never touched your face?
You tell me.
I can't. I
You
barely
tell-
know anything about beauty, so.
I'm sure you must be knowing what a face looks like and what a face should look like with fillers, without fillers.
That answer tells me you're saying it's not been touched.
No, I am leaving it to open. I love the mystery. I love it that people say I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the conversation. I love seeing. There was a time my friend is like, everybody's saying you've had a rib removed. I said, why? He said, because you've lost. I had shaved my hair, and then when I shave my hair, I eat very less and I pray and I don't go out
What do you
for.
mean shave your hair?
I've shaved my hair 4 times in Tirupati.
You went bald?
Yeah, fully. Yeah. Then
4 times?
4 times, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, 4. So I don't go out, and then I just meditate and I read and I eat very less, and I feel like, God is, the divine is on my head. So when I went out, and my friends, like, everyone's saying, you've removed your rib because you've lost. So I'd lost almost 4 kgs. So like everybody's saying this and all, and so I'm like, yeah, my stitches are still paining, She's like, stop doing this because everybody is already. I said, so.
Remove the rib has
But
to be the
people
first
do
time
that.
for me.
No, but people
I've
do
never
that.
heard of
Listen,
this.
people do that to get that. There's so many people who
To
have
get the
done
Kim
this.
look?
I don't know. No, not the Kim look, but
Yeah.
so many people have done it in the film industry. Like now, when I'm telling you, go back and see. It's a thing. Even I didn't know it was a thing. So
Removing a rib.
removing the side rib to
Huh.
get that very narrow waist.
My. I thought everybody was doing skinny pens in the industry.
What is that?
GLP-1, weight loss drugs,
Acha,
injections.
that came much later. This I'm talking 2018. This I'm
Yeah.
talking way back when the drugs were still not. So anyway,
But now everybody's on it, right?
so after 6 months,
Huh.
the weight came back.
Huh.
So I was like, see, I've had my rib put back. So I was so amused. And I'm saying, this is still. She's like, my friends were like, what are you doing? Why are you saying all this? Did you actually do it? I was like, huh. So and anyway, then the weight came back, and everybody
Yeah.
was like, whatever. They were kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I love it. I love it. I love that, they have
Okay,
so
the
much
fact
time
that
to think about me. I find it very
you've-
interesting.
No, but I'm asking you a straight question. You can tell me
What?
whether or not you've gotten your face touched.
You have to tell yourself now. You're sitting right in front of me. You can zoom in closer.
I'm no doctor, right? I'm just...
You must have seen lots of people now.
Okay, let me move to the other one. I did see you, however, with a lot of acupuncture pins on your face. You are a believer, I know.
Yeah, that I do. That's actually
recently-
acupuncture facelift, apparently.
Yeah, so I recently
So-
had a bit of an experience which gave me the best sleep of my life,
Yeah.
and I've turned a believer ever since.
Did you take with the electric current as well?
No, what is
Yeah.
that?
So you actually can take the needles with electric current. It's very good.
Oh,
So they
wow.
pass an electric current. It's kind of a little more painful. We didn't show that on the camera, but you can actually pass electric current.
But I haven't tried the face thing because apparently the needles for the face are different.
Yeah, and they can also leave a mark.
Yeah. How often do you do it? And are you also going to Dr. Adil wherever
Yeah,
he goes?
I had another doctor as well.
Hmm.
Of course, Adil. Dr.
Hmm.
Adil is amazing.
Hmm.
And I've been going to him for years. I think for years I've been going because I think he's really good and he's been it's been very helpful,
Hmm.
especially for sleep, for
Hmm. Right. Uh, but tell me a little bit more about your rendezvous with acupuncture. What all are you doing? What all do you
So
think
it's
is
helped me
required?
with the with of course the face, you're relaxing the muscles and all because there's a lot of sometimes you have inflammation.
Hmm.
I was also getting a lot of inflammation. I do get. So for that it's very helpful.
Hmm.
Of course, I was trying that for my thyroid as well some time back and for sleep
Okay.
because there are that many things you can work on at one point.
Hmm. But on weight loss drugs, the entire industry seems to be obsessed with it. Again, in a recent podcast, somebody just mocked. You are not against, you don't even take medications. I'm assuming you have not taken skinny
No,
pills.
no, 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 no. So when I heard about this Ozempic, I have called up my nutritionist. I said, call urgent. I said, I work out for 2 hours a day. I do 1 hour of dance and 1 hour of weights and you know
Resistance.
and resistance
Pilates,
and
yeah.
Pilates and everything. And there are people who just take this drug and they become slim. I say, I work out like a donkey. You don't even understand how tiring it is for an hour, 1 hour. Of course, I love it, but also it's a release. I said, but I could save so much time. She said, don't even, this is way earlier before the research. She says, so many of my clients have gone ahead and taken it without telling me. And now they have stuff. She sent me this whole thing and I read it. And I'm like, okay. I was so excited. I said, maybe I'll have to work out less and all. But there is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. And then after that, so many of my friends would consult me. And people know that 4 o'clock, 3:30 to 6, she's working out. My friends will not call me at that time. They know I exercise. They know I will not eat out. They know that 4 o'clock is my exercise time. So
But you know everybody from Oprah to Serena Williams to apparently Karan Johar, everybody is on it.
So that is their way of doing. I cannot comment on what they are doing or they're not doing. So
Yeah.
that is not. I mean, for me, once she said it has health repercussions, then I said no, it's not for me because I want to be healthy for 120 years that I have to live.
You want to live 120?
Yeah, there's so much to do. There's so much to do.
Longevity is the name of the game and you're living it completely.
There's so much like when I sleep at night and I in the morning like I wake up and then sometimes if I feel scared to oversleep because I want to do so much.
क्या करेंगे आप 120
करते
तक
जाएंगे
जीतकर क्या
करते
करना चाहती
जाएंगे
हैं आप
करते जाएंगे
नहीं आप करना क्या चाहती हैं मैं जानना चाहती हूँ सो फॉर एग्जांपल
मुझे नहीं
longevity
मेरे
is a huge thing right
longevity is a huge thing.
Dipinder Goyal has jumped into it. The startups of the world are talking about it. Here at Davos, longevity and health span
See,
was discussed
longevity,
a lot.
people are understanding that you have to be able to live well. The way everything was in India, the Western medicine or the medicine that we, the allopathic, if you have a problem, they fix it, right? In India, our Ayurveda and our way of being has always been that you have to take care of things before they're spoiled, right? So that whole philosophy was lost. And now the West is coming back to the same philosophy which I have been following. Like your grandmother would say, don't have papita at night and don't have tarboos at night and have this have good in winters, have this because they were already preparing you for the winter coming in. They didn't say
They were
"Ke
preventive.
have whatever you want and then when you fall sick you have a dolo." Right. That's what we have started doing. We like foods that would come into my home would come in for the next season to prepare you for. Right. It wasn't that we fell sick and then ab ye kar lo, but that's what started happening here.
Hmm.
Like I get good and I have that good. You know, I will have that good because I know that it now everybody says it purifies the lung. Even imli ki chutney
Hmm.
has that same effect of removing. That's what they say. Now, research is research, and now everybody comes up with a different research. So, I
Hmm.
do believe in these things.
Hmm. See, can I just say something honestly? Shalini, when you, everything that you're saying, like part of it is so true. Part of it is exactly what the doctors would say as well. And a lot of the conversation is now what is happening. But for some reason, when we hear somebody like you talk about it, why does it become such big news?
You
And
know,
why is there an element
okay,
of unbelievability to it?
that's
Can I
what.
be honest?
Yeah, I
That's the
don't know.
point here.
So my friends always told me, you know, you look great, you know, when you walk in. Just don't open your mouth. I was like, but why? He said, you know, talk about Ayurveda, you talk about these raw vegetables, you talk about, you know, exercising and not dieting. And there are these, you know, 2000, and there were all these dietitians used to give you this diet and do the diet, lose weight. He says, you know, because you're not in touch with reality and what you're saying is not, just don't say anything because, you know, people do not understand where you're
Is
coming
it the
from.
way you say it?
So I was like, listen, this is who I am. This is who I am. And if they don't like it, great. And there are people who I've connected to who have benefited a huge amount. And there are people who did not connect then and they said, you know, you told me this 10 years ago.
Hmm.
And I thought it was absolutely bullshit. But, you know, my entire family lives by this now. So there's a time for everybody. And I'm just lucky that I was so close to my grandparents and so close to that I saw that and I picked it up from her,
Hmm.
you know.
But why do you think people ask you to not speak?
My
Why
friends,
you and not
my
anybody
friends,
else? Why
my
you,
friends,
Shalini?
my friends, because they're like, you know, they they want to be they like be with the cool friend and all. They're like, you know, because we don't want them to think "Ki why is she saying all these things and you know about spirituality, and they kind of sort of think that, you know, it's not now anymore, not last 10 years, but before that they say like, you know, if you talk about spirituality, they it might be misunderstood in a different way. But now it's very different
But you're
now.
aware, Shalini, that when you make statements, when you give interviews, when you are on the program, say, or a show like the one you had on Netflix, there are a lot of people who come out and say,
But
what
I
is she saying?
exactly, but that
There
I've
are a
heard
lot of
all
people
my
who've
life.
told you, right?
There are all my life they've said there used to be friends in school who would say that, you know, come hang with us, don't hang with these friends of yours, they're not cool. I said, I'm going to hang with my friends just because some girls are not cool and I look like a cool girl, but I'm just a very normal, I'm just a very desi person, a desi eccentric person. I say I might look cool, but this is who I am. So I know I don't want to do anything that's against my grain. I'm going to say.
Hmm.
And also, you know, for me, it's like if I hold back,
Hmm.
if it can, okay, 5 people will think that she's just talking bullshit. It's helping that one person. I think that gives me a lot of satisfaction.
But
And it
doesn't
has,
it
and it has.
impact your mental health?
You tell me.
And how do
Does
you
it look
recover
impacted?
from it?
I meditate. I pray and I meditate. I pray a lot. I pray in the morning. I pray in the afternoon. Pray at night. I do my prayers when I'm doing my hair, makeup. I yeah. I listen to a lot of chants. I listen to a lot of
But I'm sure you get sad sometimes, like any human being. I'm sure you must be feeling, why are they out there just like taking pit shots at me when I don't deserve it? All I'm saying
are
is
they
just
taking
being.
pitch shots of me?
They
Not
do.
at all. Very
They do.
less. Very minority.
Hmm.
Well, the thing is that when I had my son, and most of you know, when my friends we were having our children, or you know, when you're married, I got married when I was 20. In Delhi, there was a thing. You know, if you had a kid and you were still overweight, so badi moti hai. Everyone would say badi moti hai, and then not me, but it was a general thing which I heard everywhere. And then if you would work out and become slim, इसको सारा दिन जिम में रहती है, सारा दिन जिम में बैठी हुई है, ठीक है? If you're not keeping yourself well, not taking care, she doesn't take care of herself. She's very jhalla. And if you are, she's obsessed with herself. Acha, then it came to kids started growing up. Okay, so now if she is a stay-home mother, फिर कुछ नहीं करती सारा दिन घर में, and she's working out. बच्चे रुल गए उसके. Hello, I have seen this. I have not come here where I have seen a lot. And I have seen many people and many places, different situations. I have lived a life. And you cannot make people happy. It's like they'll always have an opinion. If you're beautiful, they say, Arey, she's always doing this. You're not, if you're rich, you're rich. If you're whatever. If you're educated, then itna education karke bhi dekho ye
You
kar
don't
rahe
care a damn.
hain. I don't care a damn because I know that an opinion can change and an opinion is an opinion. I have to do what I feel right. We have been, post the success of the series, we have been sending messages day, night of people reaching out on various things, whether it was the powder which went viral, the recipe of the powder which went viral, whether it was simple things like what you mentioned that you do a meditation, what meditation do you do, to sending simple things, people coming up with queries that, of like thousands, and they're still not stopped. So for me, just to, like if I'm helping someone, maybe if I say something, it doesn't resonate with them, but it will after a while. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's my opinion, right?
So you don't care a damn about the world. What do you...
I do care a damn about the world. I do actually deeply care about my city. I do deeply care about my country. I don't care about what they think because they should be thinking about their lives and not mine, idly.
If you care about the city, I'm sure you care about air pollution. You have thoughts on that?
Well, my philosophy is that if I cannot change it, then I have no right to speak about it. I'm not taking any action to, I haven't done anything to make it better. I don't have a sustainable lifestyle. I drive the cars that I drive. And it's a sad situation because it's like, I don't even know what to say. There was a time where the colors in the city, like, when you went out, the green and the flowers, and now everything is kind of gray. I went to Cal and I was just surprised at the light there. And it made me sad. But it is what it is. It is for the authorities to see what can be done. And it is for the industry to see if they are open to shutting down industries and, having, newer vehicles and norms. Basically, it's that. We are the capital of the country and drastic steps need to be taken.
But you say you care about the city. So when you say that, people expect that you'll probably have something to help the city as well.
Help in what way?
Because of your love, you would do something for the city or perhaps, solve a problem, aid in a solution. Something
Good,
like
that's a great idea. Leave it with me. And 6 months down the line, you'll be on the podcast and I'll have a solution for you for sure.
Okay, we are taking...
Prepare to come back, guys.
Then to come back. Was that prepare to come back or dare to come back?
No, I said prepare to come
Prepare
back.
to come back. Okay,
Yeah,
I
prepare
thought,
to come
okay.
back. No?
Okay. All right. So we're going to do some quick and snappy ones with Shalini Pasi. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. One beauty habit that you will never skip even on your worst day.
Sleep and face wash and cream. Many actually. Because taking care of yourself can make you feel better instantly.
Okay.
Because your body has to last your lifetime. Don't forget, guys.
One beauty trend you secretly think is just nonsense.
Many actually. Many.
Name one.
Microblading, fillers, the cheek stuff. I know. Bronzer, bronzing. For what?
Okay. Botox for face, yay or nay, or depends on who's holding the needle.
I think depends on who's holding the needle and who's under the needle as well.
Okay. Fillers, preventive or just a slippery slope?
I think a slippery slope because I've seen, kids and I've seen, of course, in the media as well, people who are like 20, 25. I think once you start, your own collagen is also affected, the skin. So I think it's a slippery slope because people are doing it very, very young
Hmm.
and we see it everywhere, and it's not like they don't look like themselves.
Hmm.
I in fact went to a plastic surgeon when I was 20 years ago, and when I walked in, and he said, "I know why you're here." I was like, "Is it so obvious?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "You want to fix your nose?" I was like, "Yeah." And then he told me, he said, "Your nose or your facial features are actually from your parents and your grandparents." I said, "Yes, I have my grandfather's nose." So, and after that, I I love I love my face. I love my eyes. I love my jawline. My nose is still what it was. It just, that one line from him
Hmm.
changed. Like, I had curly hair with my grandmother's hair. So I love everything I have because it came from my parents and my grandparents. So I don't want to change anything.
Okay then. Weight loss drugs? You've already said
Mm.
that, but I want to know, game changer or just an expensive shortcut?
Game changer if you are a certain weight and you have health issues. Of course, there are people who have health issues and there's no other way, alternate way for them. But yeah,
Okay. If I asked Shalini to pack up for a holiday and you have only 5 things you can keep in your bag, what of those, only on your vanity bag, what are those 5 things?
vanity bag or suitcase?
Your vanity bag.
Saunf, Q-tips, my grandmother's puja ka mala, and a face cream.
Okay.
5 हो गए?
5 ho gaye. But I want to know if...
And a rubber band. So if I can't take a comb, I'll just tie up my hair. I love making choti plait.
So again, I want to believe you, but then I look at you and I feel, there's more going into this than just a rubber band.
A rubber band, oil I'll put before leaving the house.
On a holiday, that's how you will do.
I look great with oil in my hair.
Okay. Okay. Face yoga, does it actually work?
All the
or
hair
is
they've
it
been tied actually is not like really gelled or sprayed. It's actually just
oil?
it's just plain oil,
Hmm.
just very little oil and some later on product on it. But honestly, the hair that was in the show is all tied up because I didn't want to blow dry constantly. A blow dry takes about 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours in long hair, and then touch up again. The hair was tied because I felt I didn't have the time, one, to blow dry the entire thing. Only twice I think the hair was open. The other times the hair was tied because I did not have the time. So we just tie up the hair and just
So the other
put
girls
a
went
switch.
and blow dried and did like a whole
I
thing.
don't know what they were doing. I was on my own time. I had a UNICEF project. I was planning the mash ball. I was getting into the art fair. I was also traveling, going to my religious trips. So for me, it was every time a bump came out or a wavy hair, we would put a clip. It was, and they became like a look. Because that's how much I would have blow dry for. How much.
Yeah,
can
but
I do?
even if a regular person like me would pack, I would pack like a sunscreen. I would definitely pack like something
I was hoping in my heart I'm going to a very cold, snowy place where I wouldn't need a sunscreen. Okay, so 5 things. Yeah, sunscreen I'd pack, but face cream is more important for me.
Okay. So face cream, sunscreen, 2 things. Nothing
Face
else.
cream, nothing else. Face cream, sunscreen, lip balm, eye mask. I love eye mask.
For a good
Rubber
sleep.
band for a good sleep. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The most overrated beauty advice women are still given.
Most beauty overrated. By who?
Just
Depends.
given generally, आते जाते फालतू की advice.
तो बहुत लोग हैं अब क्या
जो बहुत सुना है आपने.
मैं तो सुनती नहीं हूँ किसी का कोई क्या बोल रहा है आई डोंट नो रेटिनो आई थिंक रेटिनो इज टेरिबल आई यूज्ड इट आई had a retinol obsession and the product is just amazing like it and I've used it quite a lot but you can only use it if there's no sun so retinol is like an amazing product but it can cause skin burns
What about peptides?
Peptides I have not done any research on.
What about NAD+?
What is that?
These are obsessions that are current beauty obsessions.
On the skin.
On the skin.
I use La Mer and I'm pretty happy with that. It's a very standard and I also have very sensitive skin so I can't use fragrance. So that's a fragrance-free So that range. So I use
What about IV drips for glowing skin?
I did, and when they came out, I did few IV drips, but I don't like to go to places.
Hmm.
And in India, I don't think they have reliable people coming into your home.
Hmm.
I like to do things at home, like I work out at home, I pray at home. Like to be more. I don't want to sit in a car and travel anywhere.
Hmm.
You know.
Hmm.
So for me, if I can do from here to there, go to the gym, like I do like to do everything at home, so that so I save time.
Hmm. Okay.
I did IV drips, but if you have a good diet, the body should be able to process it itself. If you don't want it, it's like a crutch, no? I mean, I do take supplements, but if you start taking drips, then your body is not used to processing the food, no? It'll become lazy. So my body right now is like, it's used to processing from food. So
Okay. Something expensive in beauty that is a complete waste.
something expensive. I think I'm not a fan of La Prairie creams. A lot of people love them. I've used them, but not a fan.
And something expensive that is totally worth it.
Air purifier.
Okay. Luxury facial at a Paris spa or acupuncture from Dr. Adil in Delhi.
I have never had a facial. I don't let anybody touch my face. Ever. You're not allowed to touch my face. Even the makeup artist, she's not supposed to go do this stroke. She does this pat. I have never had a facial. I'm obsessive about anybody touching my face. I hate it. I mean, I just feel that tomorrow there could be research of the facials actually aging your face. And many people say that that excess movement is not, unless you have to drain the water out. But I have never had a facial ever.
So you don't do gua shas and stuff like that.
It's too harsh. See, they're doing it now, and after 3 years, all the people who did gua sha. Research, we don't know. I don't
You're
know.
not doing ice
I do ice pack. I do ice pack.
plunges and all of that.
I do ice pack. I do this thing, that ice thing I do. What is it called? Man, I'm blanking out. I do that for the body. But
Cryotherapy.
that I do, and I quite enjoy that. But face also, I just apply it. I don't like, I hate that. I'm not sure that movement is really helpful or not helpful. I'm not sure. So I just am not. So nobody's allowed to do a facial. I don't do a facial at all.
Okay, my next question was going to be that, but okay, let me try and ask it again.
I
One
did
thing.
get the gua sha stone, and I tried it, and I said, this is kind of scary, because what if after a year they say this is actually not good? So my entire life I've not.
Okay. One thing that people assume about your beauty routine that is completely right.
Assume it's very, I'm very particular. It's like you brush your teeth. It's the same thing. You have to do it regularly. It doesn't happen overnight. Results show inside out, everything.
Okay. One person in Bollywood or perhaps Hollywood as well who you think got it horribly wrong with their face.
I think Hollywood is more conservative when it comes, except you see Kim, and she's not really Hollywood. But Melanie Griffith, sometimes I see, and it's kind of sad because they're also very. I think Hollywood is, when you see them on the red carpet, and when you see them even in films, they're more natural. Like you can see the freckles, or you can see their skin tone, or you can see the hair and everything, the face. They look like themselves, like a different version. But in India, it's very different. It's like everybody just has that plastic. In Hollywood, the actors are more natural, I feel. Am I right? Am I wrong when you think of it?
I don't know. Who do you think in Bollywood does not look the same way as they do in real life?
Oh, you mean what was the question? Did I completely dive it?
So women who go under the knife or do things for their face. One person who got it horribly wrong.
One person who got it horribly. I think Kim and the entire clan. It's kind of weird and scary. And then also what's happened is that it started a trend, which is great. It's great to have a voluptuous body, because some bodies are like that, and it's more sensual and more, But the thing is that overly done is actually not healthy. People, though it's banned, but implants are banned in many countries. But people do that. They go to Latin America and wherever. So I think that's
All right, with that, my list of questions comes to an end. But I have to say this that when I started this podcast, I thought it was going to be all about understanding more things about you. I do get a lot of stuff that you don't do, but I still perhaps don't have the answers to the stuff that you do. I think that's a secret you're holding to your heart.
the
And you're
things
not
that I
really
do.
saying. Yeah. I don't think you've told us that in all honesty.
Why do I do what I do?
No, things that you do. I mean, I'm trying to think about
What?
it will take
Name
more
something.
than
I don't
it
want to
will-
send you back disappointed.
No.
Though I
Okay.
want you to come back. See,
Okay.
the idea is that, what was that tales? The princess had to tell us tale every night so that what is it, 100 and Arabian Nights, right?
Arabian Nights.
What
yeah.
was it, 100 and the tales that she shared? Because if she told the tale and then,
Hmm.
so how will you come back? I want you to come
Okay,
back.
So she's leaving a bit of a suspense
Everything,
for later.
everything.
Yeah.
But what do you want to know? Tell me.
Okay, my last, I think, comment to this is going to be this. It will take more than just drinking ghee, following a regimented
course.
routine,
It's-
having great genes
It's
to look the way you
no,
do.
No. It's a great diet.
Hmm.
Like, not a great diet. You could not do that for even half a day if I left you on that diet.
Hmm.
Most people can't. Most people cannot do that. And then I'm drinking ghee for what? For what it is for. It's for your nervous system. It's the best thing you can do for your skin.
Hmm.
It's just plain ghee, which is not heated. And it's not one thing. It's many things. Don't take tea, coffee. I don't take sauce, cold drinks, sugar,
Hmm.
white flour. And very particular when I go out in the sun. I try to limit sun exposure
Hmm.
as much as I can. It's like I'm not sunning myself in the beach. And there's so many things. Diet is a huge part of it, which people don't realize. And skincare is only like 5%. It just, at that moment, you apply cream and you feel good, and it's a barrier. Unless your bottom is like, your skin is good, it's not going to be. So there are many things. And what else? Like, I don't color my hair. This is my natural color of my hair. And if you come close, you would see the white. I've not even done henna. So what else? It's just regime, and regime not now. It's for years. It's
What
been
do
like
you
this.
indulge in then? Your life is then so sanitized. And I'm asking you why, because the producer who's standing on the other side went on this diet a couple of days ago, and she was the saddest human being on the planet. She didn't have caffeine or anything. And we were after a life that, listen, enjoy life.
So my friends would often tell me, have a drink, enjoy, you don't know what you're missing out.
Yeah.
I said, you don't know what you're missing out. I said, I'm high on life. I said, when I wake up in the morning, I say, you all, when you wake up in the morning, you'll say like, yeah, I ate so much, I cannot move. I drank so much, I cannot move. So how are you at a party? Staying there, dancing. And I'm the best. If I go to a party and I know I'm going to miss my morning workout or my afternoon workout, I do the cardio at that party. And then my friends are like, we cannot believe you're working out at our party. It's like, you want me to stay? This is what you get. So I say, when I wake up in the morning, I have no baggage. My head is clear. I have a natural high. And when it takes time, because when you take carbs, take a lot of carbs. Some people need carbs because maybe they are more hyper and it calms you down. I would feel very sluggish if I took a lot of carbs. And so my natural is this. I try to keep it like this. If I, like once when I was in Venice and I ate, had gelato, my hands were shaking because I was having a sugar rush. My body is not used to consuming. So I have a natural high. I don't do dips. So when you take sugar, alcohol, you have dips. So the body is used to that dip. The mind craves, okay, I need the coffee too. The mind is a monkey, you have to control it. And of course I get tempted, but in my house I don't keep anything. This stuff that has come for the camera team, I'm looking at it. It's actually one of my favorite things to eat. And I will have one if, later on. Or I say, bacha kuch camera team se, so I'll have one. But I don't keep anything in front of me like a horse with those blinkers. I can't see what's happening on the side.
Hmm.
It's a natural high, and and I want to work.
Hmm.
I used to be a foodie. I used to go to like have chola bhaturas in Amritsar, have this, have that, have jalebis,
Hmm.
cook and eat everything. But I want to work. And also, after a certain age, food excess just creates a lot of issues. Your digestive system is always then working, and and your gut and your brain are connected. So a natural high is what I feel good. Like I feel good. I feel honored that you're taking my interview. I feel good that you're amazing. I feel great looking at you because you are an amazing host, and that's a high for me. You got a team of 3, 4, 10 camera people, and I'm honored because you all think I'm worth it. So that's a high for me. You understand?
Shalini Pasi, you are indeed one of a kind. Like I said, I
I'm a
have
unique
never met.
piece.
Yeah, you're quite unique and quite fabulous as that, as you put it. I will give you the last word on the podcast to define yourself in one word, and it cannot be fabulous.
I'm eclectic. Eclectic, yeah.
Okay, we'll leave it there. The very eclectic Shalini Pasi. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
taking out
much,
the time,
Sonal,
and good
for
luck
having
with your
me.
book
Thank you so much.
and everything that you do next.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sonal.